Some viewers may find the following footage deeply disturbing. For more awesome content, like and subscribe now. Lock and load, bitches.
Lock and load, bitches.
So I suggest you carry this.
Oh, jeez.
For all you people
You
that are
monetized already.
This is a cordless hole puncher. It's in its case. It ain't bothering nobody. It's a cordless hole. So get up this morning and Facebook. The cops have been in the neighborhood at dark. So dogs woke me up at 5:30, and the cops hit the neighborhood about 5:40. Seems like the same person from a couple weeks ago is back trying to check front doors to see if he can get in the houses. I'm like, this dude's gonna pick the wrong one and catch lead poisoning, folks. The shit is coming.
Sure.
It's coming. You before it's too late, you need to protect yourself. I'm just here to tell you, before it's too late. And if you live in one of these pinko commie states, move. For God's sake, your lovely governor out there in California signed a law yesterday against memes. So if you make a deep fake political meme, they want to put you in jail for it. Never forget that one of the very first things the Justice Department did whenever they stole the election and put Joe Biden in office was to go after someone who made a meme about you can text your votes in. Never ever forget that. Something's got to be done, folks.
What happened with that? Did they?
They put him in jail for 7 months.
Oh shit.
For a meme. You know, political satire is protected under the free speech hustle. From 1988.
Supreme Court, it'll be over.
It's been there in 1988. Hustler versus something. They ruled that political satire and political humor are protected free speech, as it should be. So, yeah.
I understand the deep fake side of things, but it's clearly not a deep fake. It's clearly not really her in that meme, because it all goes back to that Elon Musk thing.
Yeah, and if you watch that one, that's the one that triggered Gavin Newsom in the California Senate to go after it.
How much longer does he have it?
The guy put a watermark in it. You know it's not real. The guy who made it put a watermark in it, and then posted it on Twitter in his own name. And at the end, his stuff comes up. This is not. You know it's not real. But yeah, it's just pagers are making a comeback. Yeah. So can you track a pager like you could track a cell phone? Is that why they're using them?
I don't know.
So what's the deal with pagers? I've heard the pagers are making a comeback, which lag. No, I did not text my vote.
No, I will always and forever vote in person. I feel better that way.
So you laugh, lag. That's one of the things right now that's got. Why do you think the Democrats are so mad that the judges in Wisconsin and Michigan have ruled they have to take RFK off the ballot? How many have they already printed and filled out with him on it? There you go.
That would be funny if those actually turned up. If that was true, and they actually turned up. After the election. So all that good news. I'm here to tell you the fourth quarter is 2 weeks away. If you haven't used your eBay coupon, make sure you use your eBay coupon.
Coupon. We get a coupon?
Yeah.
Thanks, I hope you voted the same way I would have voted. Leg already voted for me, he says.
Pager sales are blowing up.
He's a freaking Eagles fan. I promise you he didn't vote the right way. He's not that smart.
You think it mattered which way he voted if he's actually in Philadelphia? Because they're just going to put it whatever they want to. It's one of the places the big steal happened. So that was a good way to wake up this morning to the fact that they think it's the same guy based on cameras, Dorkin, who tried to break in here last week or 2 weeks ago. He pulled up in a stolen van. It was from some company he stole it from. And tried convincing on a doorbell, trying to get somebody to open the door, trying to tell him he was the police. Yeah.
Interesting.
How can you tell you live in Alabama when in your Facebook group for your neighborhood you put in there that this guy's going to pick the wrong door one of these times and end up with lead poisoning, and it's got like 10 thumbs up already. That's how you know you're in Alabama. Roll Tide. Yeah, Roll Tide. So, I saw a lady yesterday or last night on TikTok. So I don't know how true it is. Maybe John, you've heard this. Is Amazon changing the return policy for some buyers? Because she said that she returned an item and Amazon, took the item like they always do, but they told her that her money would not be available for 30 days. They're moving up. They're moving away from. Because we returned something Monday because I sent it out with all the rest of my UPS, and we got credited on scan. Are they getting rid of the return on scan? Is that what they're doing?
Not for everybody.
Is it just for people? Because in the same video,
habitual returners,
and the person goes, "Yeah, well, they didn't do anything to me, and I just returned 13 items." I'm like, "You're the fucking problem."
That's probably the ones they're going after. I'm guessing.
I guess they are tracking.
They're
because
also,
they told us last year they were tracking.
They're also doing a better job of returning used items.
So yeah, they told us. Yeah, with Amazon, you have to read between the lines. They told us last year that they were starting to track who returned what, and we're going. They started marking items as high return items, and other stuff. Folks, never forget they track everything you do on their site. Once you hit their website, they track cursor movement. If you were to scratch your butt while you're doing it, they track that. Alexa goes, you can hear the little beeping in the background. Beep, 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 beep. A subject scratches ass. Beep, 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 beep. Just like that.
I suppose you're on their website. They have the right to track you there. It's when they track you off their website that bothers me.
They don't track you off their website.
Well, they say they don't.
Okay.
No, they don't. They buy the data from another company.
Well,
unless they already have, unless somebody's already using AWS, you don't think they track you if a company is using AWS?
But that's their software.
I didn't sign up for that.
It doesn't matter.
You did. I'm sure somewhere in some EULA you signed up for it.
Again, it goes back to corporate greed. Let's go back to corporate greed. A CEO's job has one job: to make the most money possible to pay out dividends. That's plain and simple. Bottom line. So when they raise fees and they add advertising and they do this, it's not to screw the little guy. They're trying to find a way to increase their profitability. End of story. They don't give a shit if you sell your product or not on their site. You're a dime a dozen of them.
And then you know what else I heard the other day?
They're eating the pets of the people that live there. In
No
Springfield,
way.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. I had Chinese last night. It was pretty good.
Get in, walk. Did you hear him going in the back? Get in, walk, kitty, kitty. Get in, walk. And this,
Yeah.
Don't think that I believe anything that he says. Folks, have you not learned anything dealing with this man who is running for president again? He never says anything he doesn't have advanced knowledge on. They'll come up and go, he said that for COVID that you wanted to drink bleach. He said there was a treatment with light and a treatment with bleach, and he was actually 100% proven correct.
I am about 4 hours from there. My cat is probably safe.
Yeah, Harlan, I wasn't ready for that. Harlan's like,
it's the wrong kind of cat.
We were talking about last night. It was wing night. The guys were, And Harley goes, yes, it was his son sending him me talking about women are talking about getting their cat eaten. They're booking trips to Springfield. That's terrible. If y'all want to leave
I'm sure that's going on there.
If y'all want to hit your thumbs down and get your return from John, y'all go ahead.
Yeah. Hold your breath.
Folks, just do a little bit of reading about Haitians and how they operate and their remember, okay, for the first off, everybody who is carrying on that they're illegals, the Haitians are not illegals. They're refugees. There's a difference. So they
have some sort of temporary status is what it is. Which will become permanent because
if you look at their culture, I mean, God forbid somebody do any kind of research on a people. I mean, they're in Alabama too. They're in Silicaga, Alabama. When I got up this morning, Phoebe was sleeping right beside this. She's like, "They're not getting me." That's what she said. I know she's kind of chubby too.
Bun there.
Kind of chubby.
They use Haitian culture. It's not a bad thing. And they use them for some of their rituals and things like that, religious stuff.
Oh, y'all remember this? It's kind of foreshadowing whenever they attack the power grid and everything goes bad, and you're looking for something to eat.
The real problem in Springfield is they're giving these guys driver's licenses without taking driver's tests, and there's people getting killed and stuff like that.
Well, that's because the word permit in translated into the Haitian language is permission. You get a permit, you have permission to drive.
I watched the video, and you could tell the guy was very liberal, the guy who was doing the video, but he went to the welfare office there in Springfield, and he asked the officer that was standing there, what's the ratio of Haitians to American citizens here? And it was 9-1 that were getting assistance.
So
9 Haitians to 1 American.
Hey, Prima, are you in here yet?
That's our problem.
Have you woken up in Vermont yet? Because I have to address a lie that you told yesterday. Are you in here yet? Prima.
I think they're here.
Yeah. So what we talked a little bit. John and I had a little bit of a talk one of these last times. I mean, you got to get. It's so weird with eBay. I don't know if anybody else is having the same thing. The stuff that is selling is the stuff that I've listed within the last now 14 days. The older stuff is not. I mean, I'm having good sales, but it's only because I am continuing to list and the new stuff is selling. It is very, very strange right now.
My sales dropped on eBay.
All that work you put into it, I can't believe it.
Well, I'm not paying attention. I'm actually trying to get out of it.
And that might be what I mean. Literally, I had 10 sales yesterday. Of those 10, 8 of them have been listed since this time last week. 2 of them were listed yesterday and sold yesterday. I mean, it is strange how everything is, because I don't have bad listings. I don't have bad items. It's almost like they get memory hold after a couple of weeks.
There can't be that many buyers that only search with newly listed.
No,
I never search that way.
I don't either. Does anybody in the chat? If you search newly listed, what is the value of? Okay, so the only time I do search, so if I'm looking to see what another seller sells, say, hey, is there something that's trending? If they're selling something like what I'm selling, I will hit the newly listed to see what they're actually finding right now. But that's it. That's the only time I ever use newly listed.
Same.
About 8 million open job. And when we've created a group of people that don't want to work.
I'm in that group.
Me too.
I like reselling.
I'm getting a welfare check.
So James says search by distance. I will search by distance. just because before I go to Amazon to see whether I'm gonna buy it because it'll be faster, I'll search by this on eBay to see if I can find something that's within the region. Yes, Stormy Wind. I have forbidden items and having a hard time. Really, auctions are about the only thing that you're gonna. It's about the only way to sell, because the problem is that we're, as a society. You want to know where all the problems stem from? Strong men create weak men, and good times create weak men, and we're under the rule and thumb of a bunch of weak individuals. I mean, look at what's dominated by the news cycle and attention and everything is a bunch of, they can't tell you what a woman is. They don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. And if you say one word against them, oh my, you're racist. Because that's the worst thing they can come up with.
Speaking of forbidden items, I went to Rite Aid the other day because it's closing down, and they were up to 90% some items, and all your OTCs. I got some deals, but all your OTCs were 80 to 90% off, and I can't buy any of them because you can't sell them on eBay anymore. And I'm restricted on a lot of that stuff on Amazon.
Yeah, a lot of people that run their mouths have never been punched in the mouth. There's no consequences for anything they've ever said. So you call them out in person, they just turn it. I mean, fur and ivory. So fur's not as bad. Ivory's the tougher one because if I'm not mistaken, ivory you have to have some to know where it came from, because the black market trade in ivory is terrible. I'm partial to elephants. Roll Tide, everyone, Roll Tide. For all you Wisconsin people who thought we're bringing Alabama up here, look what we're going to do to them. Good luck. Good luck.
I got it now. Elephants, Alabama. Okay. Took me a minute.
Holy fuck! You just caught on.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
channel here today, John.
Dude, go get a cup of coffee. Wake up.
If you go listen to the whatever the hell we call our podcast, the PPP podcast, it's got its own channel. Podcast. John, not this John. John, again, thanks for that name, buddy. He said he was gonna be up listening to me this morning. I don't think he's up. I tried to go to bed last night at it was like 11:15. He's like, this is he was live late night. I'm like, you're out west. 9 o'clock is not late. I'm at 11 o'clock going to bed. It's not late. But yeah, there's some things, eBay is cracking down on some of the photos and stuff, which makes no sense. You read the weak-minded people in the comments, and they're calling Josh a racist and everything because he had the audacity to place an 1800s photo for sale. Folks, photos are not racist. If you look at a photo and assign racist to something, let me
from the 1800s. You're saying?
Let me clue you in on something. It's a person looking at the photo. If that's what it thinks of you, you're the goddamn racist.
What was the subject matter of the photo?
The last one he got taken down, picture of Indians, Inuit Indians.
So it's a historical.
It's a historical photo from that.
No, it's fake. It's fake. It's photoshopped.
It's not fake. It's
there's got to be a place. There's got to be another platform.
It's indigenous people, not Indians.
Okay, there's got to be. Which is
they're Canadian. They're Canadian Inuits. It's from the 1860s or 70s. It's a stereo photograph. It's a picture. It's the first time that they had made contact, and it was a picture of the three of them.
Do you know? I was speaking. I won't go there. Never mind.
I can think of other reasons besides NASCAR and F1 that you're a Cajun, for God's sake. Well, the answer there, folks, you just got to talk to people. We're not any different. I don't understand this, because it's much easier for you to yell at somebody on the internet than it is actually have a conversation and realize, your neighbor, your person down the street, person. I know this is going to be crazy, John, but listen, there are people in California that you would be great friends with. They're just like us. Can you believe that? Oh my God.
I'm a
Man,
racist. I'm a racist. I hate all Californians equally.
All of them.
All, with no exceptions.
But it makes it, folks. If you don't study history, you will repeat it. And right now,
California's on fire, right? You know what I sent them to help them? Matches.
gasoline matches.
Propane.
You're gonna have to send them gasoline soon because you're not gonna be able to buy it because they want you to drive an electric car that they can't create power for. That's awesome.
There are many conservatives in California. No, they can't be that conservative because they can't be that. They just can't be that.
Once you get north of San
that's pretty
Francisco,
conservative. Yeah.
north of San Francisco, everything is.
I know a lot of people from California that are conservative.
I just don't know how they can deal with it.
Are you conservative? I'm very conservative. I'm just not. I don't affiliate with parties because they just don't. I'm probably more. I lean more libertarian than I do conservative, but that gets you nowhere.
It seems that resellers in general lean more conservative.
But I would think if you really looked at the reviews, it would be a little more more libertarian because
let's do a little test.
Because you take care, you have a tendency to solve your own problems. You take care of things. You don't want people to bother you. Your most views, whether you youngins, whether you know it or not, they're probably not watching. I probably already scared them off because that mean bearded guy and his buddy John, they hate the world and they're so mean. They tell us the truth. We don't want to listen to them. Go back and show me what you found at a yard sale.
Look what I found yesterday. Should I buy it?
Yeah. No.
There's my thermometer for freaking smoker.
It's people just don't eat. You don't think for yourself. You're ready for somebody else to handle your problem. Most resellers solve their own problems and do these kind of things. So I would tell you if you really have thought about it, you lean more libertarian than you do with anything else.
I think that's probably the case. Yeah.
And it's probably the right way. Folks, if you study what government is supposed to do, they need to get out of our lives. Name me one time in history that somebody has said, let's let the government handle it. And how has that worked out? Has it worked out for the positive for anybody ever?
Once.
What once was that?
1776.
PPP loan, SBA. That was a big turning point for my company.
For you.
For you.
For a lot of people got screwed over that.
He said for you.
But as an overall problem, as an overall program, that sank us further as a country.
Oh my freaking Lord. I was watching American Greed. This one dude got over $100 million in SBA loans. He just kept forming companies and sending in the same people as the owner, getting checks.
Did they arrest him yet? Did he get caught?
Yeah, he got caught.
Well, of course he did. Now we're talking about it. Yeah, well,
I know people that I actually shake hands with that have got the money and went out and bought a Ferrari.
That's why I didn't take it. We all could have took it. All of us that have an LLC or whatever, we could have all took that PPP. I did not, because I knew that if I did something wrong with it, the government would want their money back.
Well, the government does not. I paid them. I sent them a check in full. Sent them a check, paid it off in full. 2 months later, my accountant called me and said, "Guess what I got in the mail?" I said, "What?" He said, "A check from the government. They forgave my loan, forgave that loan, and sent you the money back."
So the one thing I would tell you is if you think about all your reselling problems and the things that what you don't like that a platform does, chances are there's a government agency. The government has made some ruling, some kind of rule that has forced them to react, because there's a lot of things these online platforms do that we go back and go, that damn Amazon, that damn eBay, I can't believe they did that. When in actuality, they are legally bound. The latest, the one that I can think of the most is 2 years ago, or maybe 2 years ago, when Amazon told everybody, your addresses are going to be shown on every item you list. You're going to go to your store, your address is going to be there. And everybody gave Amazon hell and on and on and on. And they had to go through this huge mega rigmarole of verifying your addresses and all that stuff. A lot of people got suspended temporarily because they didn't follow through with it, or there were problems that happened.
I still have to verify.
They were only doing that because the government required that of them. They didn't do that because they hate you. They didn't do that because
they sent this priority mail.
They took it a step further than the government wanted, but I think the reason they took it a step further was they wanted some of these fly-by-night companies that were kind of shady, to say the least, off their books.
So Bassanil says, here's the thing: before Trump, both parties had same goals but different ideas. Yeah, they both wanted world control and subjugation of the people of the world to them, to bow the knee. But Trump got in the way. And I don't understand how
to take him out.
It truly does bother me when you look at half of this country and they're going to look and go, you know what? They are willing to vote for Montel's side piece. Her biggest claim to fame is who she was an escort for God's sakes. She'll show up and talk like she's a black person, as she spent her time as an AG in California and San Francisco locking up black people for simple drug crimes. How many people did she put in jail for marijuana? And then she'll turn around and say how much she smoked it when she was in college. But we got forest fires. You can't get out of jail. You got to go continue to fire. You served your time. Go fight the fire and shut up, folks. It is. But this guy is mean. He says mean things. He wants me to go to work. He's not going to give me anything. It is a true symptom of where our society. There's no fixing it. Let me be the first one to break it to you. Even if Trump gets in office, if you're just delaying whatever's going to happen by a few years, we're going to end up at the same place. There's no stopping. They've got so much control over the clause that it controls everything. We'll just endure 4 years and take back over on the other side. I don't think you can exterminate, and it's just going to slowly go right back to where we were.
I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it'll be slow. I have a strange feeling, regardless of who becomes president, stolen or not, that early next year all the markets crash.
4 years is definitely not enough time.
No.
And if you believe a lot of stuff that y'all know, I ended up down some rabbit holes. Project Looking Glass. Look into that one.
No. I don't want to know.
They've done a lot of studies through their Project Looking Glass, and Project Looking Glass says that makes no difference. One is just a faster way to the inevitable result. Next thing you want me
those kind of rabbit holes.
Next thing you're going to, somebody mentioned the moon. Next thing you're going to try to convince us that you actually went to the moon. Has anybody been to one of the exhibits and seen that little flimsy thing that was supposed to go through the atmosphere? It's got tin on it. This thing sticks out.
You and I have different views on that one. So
that is thicker than the sides of the craft they want you to believe went to the moon.
Yeah,
it is currently 69 inches into the garage door opener.
Very nice.
Where is Primo? Primo, you're gonna have to watch this later, Primo. I said a lot of Primo had his cute little dog, and at the end of the show, Spam said that is there a dog that's cuter? And I'm like, oh hell yeah. Franklin prances around thinking he's a little goddess. So I tried to download it, but I don't know if I can share a screen. I'm not smart enough to share a screen.
You know why I believe the moon landing wasn't fake? Because we haven't been back. Because the aliens on the other side of the moon told us we couldn't. That's why.
Oh my god.
Oh my freaking Lord! I'm gonna need a pillow to go to sleep here.
That's a real theory, by the way.
You know that we just lost the technology. Where is the picture? They won't come out here because they're in there with Joni.
I have no pictures to show.
Primo, you're gonna tell me there's one cuter than him?
Yeah, I got one.
Or this
Hold
one?
on. I do have a
Wait,
picture.
I got something for both of them. Hold on.
You gonna go wake up Lori?
Well, no, I did iOS 18. Now I don't know where anything is. Where'd my pictures go?
I know, right?
I got something for both of them.
See, look, there's Franklin right there when he came out to help me on the box.
This will go good on them.
Oh, I know why. I know why.
Actually, have the door shut. I don't think they can get in here anyway because they didn't catch that guy again this morning. Pokey is barking. Primo.
Where is it?
I'm sorry, Pokey is not that cute.
Look, Scott, it's still keto friendly.
It is keto friendly. Nice.
Yeah, it's sugar free.
Okay, not exactly a pet.
And Primo Frank.
Not exactly a pet, but that's
Franklin said. Franklin said, "That's how much he cares."
67, by the way.
He does. If y'all only realize how that little thing prances around here, like he just kind of, he doesn't run. He just kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know who Spam Banshee is, but I appreciate your username.
That's Primo's better half. So I'm watching Primo and Spam. They're on the big screen inside, and Joni's in there watching. She's like, "Who are these people?" The next day, I'm doing something. She comes out and goes, "Is that the dude with the big glasses?"
I must have cut myself.
So what's going on for Christmas? Who's doing what? Let's get into reselling.
Reselling it. So you made an interesting point right before the show, and I agree with you, John. The fourth quarter is such a mystery. I am very concerned. The political winds are going to have a huge effect on it, I think. Either one way or the other. If it depends on if one can't.
I don't think there's a good coming out of the election for Christmas.
I don't either, because they're going to crash the markets for one, or the other one. The markets are going to crash because the other one got elected. Either way, I think we're facing a shit economy, and even worse in the fourth quarter. And it is so the eBay is so up and down now. It's folks, and then just go around, just go to Walmart or whatever, Target, whatever your poison is, and look at the price. Don't go to the grocery aisle. Go look at the prices of other things. Go look at the prices of coffee makers and these other things and realize why I've been telling you use is the way to how much a new anything costs. It is astronomical how much things cost. Just start wandering down the regular aisles. It's how many of us truly, if I need a coffee maker, I'll buy one of the yard. I pick them up all the time. But it's insane what things cost right now. Boston News going to sell testicle tape.
I prefer.
I don't know what that is, but
I prefer not to look at prices. I just get what I need and put it on, and I try not to look at it.
It is.
I know I'm privileged and lucky. I do have my white privilege card that I scan first before I scan my credit card to pay
When
for
did
it
you?
all.
When did you get that?
What?
Mine was lost in the mail.
Is that what happened, John? You've told us a lot this whole time. When you were down and out, you just showed your white privilege card, and they started pampering your life, and you were just giving everything.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what happened?
You bypassed that whole
with gold bars and shit. Oh yeah.
when you were homeless and everything. You bypassed that whole eating cats thing, and
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
No, I mean, the only thing I see good coming out of this election is if Trump holds true to what he said.
He's got a track
Elon
record.
Musk in a place where he can cut wasteful spending in the government. I'd love to see Elon with a freaking red pen.
Here's the problem with that, though. The government is not going to allow that. I guarantee it.
I would love to see what Elon comes up with for that.
He needs a whole panel of people who are not partisan, and I don't think Elon is partisan, to be honest with you.
I hate to tell you, I think it would be a good start. I don't think he would be able to accomplish much in 4 years.
They'll fight him the whole way.
But I think he's going to bring up a lot of things that are going to be changed because he brought them up. The dude's smart. I don't care what you think of him. The dude is smart.
Oh yeah.
And I do think RFK has done so much studying, so much research. Having somebody like that who helps, and folks, look at our food. Look what they're doing with our food supply.
RFK is an asset. He'll be an
American companies.
Administration.
There are American companies that make food side by side for the U.S. market, and then what they can sell to the rest of the world because they put the chemicals and stuff in we don't allow. Folks,
there's a guy. I know a guy on Facebook who sells, who's a reseller, has a worm farm, and he sells the worms to food processing plants because they could put so much worm in your food as a protein source.
When I was in high school, the enrichment class, the smart kids, or actually middle school, they made cookies for all the teachers. And the teachers ate them, and then later came back and told them that they were made with worms. It's like that. That's the best thing ever. But really now those kids would all be in jail and shit. But
if you're a seller and you sell certain food items, there's a reason why they can't be sold internationally. It's not that your platform is being a pain in the ass. It's because you can't sell Fruit Loops in the U.S. to other countries because of red number 5.
Yep. Yeah, the U.S. is the only country that has colorful Fruit Loops.
Because they think you'll enjoy it more.
Yeah, because they said the box grabs the kids' attention more.
Oh, it's true. McDonald's used to be set up, the colors in McDonald's so that you'd come in, eat quickly, and leave. They don't want you staying in that restaurant.
Dude, they did studies about the designs of the seats and tables and everything. There's a reason why after about 10 or 12 minutes, those older, for those of you youngins, y'all don't understand, McDonald's used to have these hard plastic seats, and they got very uncomfortable after like 13 minutes was the folks I worked there. I worked there a long time. They designed them to be uncomfortable to get you out of there to turn those seats over.
Exactly.
Go find an old McDonald's and sit in them damn plastic booths and wonder, I've only been here a little while. Why is my back already hurt?
You want to know why Walmart went to self-checkouts? Now I know some of them are going back in higher crime areas, but move people, get them out of there so that the more people can come.
There's the ones here are a hybrid, and I think it's a better idea.
We got both.
So they are making 2 entrances, one on each side, and in the middle is shorter registers with more cashiers and a few less self-checkouts. And there's someone there who will see you, and if you got a big basket full of shit, they'll kind of suggest to you, and kind of, hey, they're not the self-checkout, because what's the worst thing in self-checkout? To be over there with someone who's got a basket full of shit going, looking for a barcode.
There's nothing worse than that. Waiting for somebody to. But the self-checkout lines typically move faster than the other lines, even if it's the same amount of stuff.
Scanner. Remember, it used to go stink, and then you'd have to wait 2 seconds before you could scan the next item.
That they've made that a little faster, John. The newer registers.
We got all brand new registers.
So you can go two. Like my
It
wife
used to
buys
be-
24 waters.
It used to be when they first put them in here is if you scanned too fast and bagged it, then they have to call the lady have to come over and make sure you review the video and make sure you're not stealing. But they fixed that.
So, no, Shannon, these are new stores that they've redone this. So we had self-checkouts, we had all that stuff, but they've taken some of the self-checkout. They've made a couple self-checkout lanes that only got like 3 registers in them, but they've also another store also, I think it's the one by Harlan. You kind of walk in and the registers are much shorter. They don't have those longer candy. The conveyor belt's a little shorter, but they've usually got that one on Winchester's usually got 5 or 8 cashiers all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they've
we got
only got 12 registers. They've only got like 12 registers, but there's usually half of them are running, which is kind of interesting. It's a little bit different concept, even though it's just.
We've got probably 12, and only maybe 4 or 5 of them are running all the time.
And you can't just walk. It's not like the regular Walmart where you just walk up to the end of a line. You have to walk into the corral area, and then you go to any of the lines. You can't. But it's not all of them. It's. I don't know why they picked Winchester, and then they did Hazel Green different with the different sets up of self-checkout with the conveyor belt self-checkout ones. It's strange how Huntsville would probably be a good test market. We've got 12 Walmarts in 30 minutes.
10 self-checkouts on both sides, and then the regular ones down the middle. But they also give you a lot more room in the self-checkout for bags, like multiple bags and stuff instead of one little bagging area. It's pretty nice.
I will never wait in line at Walmart on a regular register again in my life. I can get in and out quickly at the self-checkout. I love it. I know a lot of people don't. Even my own son doesn't like self-checkouts. They're not paying me to do that kind of stuff.
Some self-checkouts are faster. If you're at Costco, the line could be halfway down the aisle. Self-checkout is way faster because there's 6 of them there. And
love it. Even the Amish people in this area use the self-checkouts because it's faster. And they know.
Where's Jacob? Is that against y'all's religion, Jacob? You're not doing anything. Are you awake yet, Jacob, on vacation?
I went to Walmart the other day, and there was a line at the self-checkout, and there was nobody at the regular registers. So I walked up,
there's always
for a change.
Yeah, there's always a few people in the regular registers at the Walmart I work out of, but self-checkout.
Oh, he is awake. So, you know what the biggest slowdown for me at the self-checkout is? Joni. I could take the little scanner and scan the whole fucking basket. She's sitting there looking at me and she's like, What have you missed? I'm like, just get it in bags. I've scanned this whole damn basket.
Yeah.
I'm just going,
you know what makes it even faster? You can in Walmart you can scan as you go in the store and then just scan a barcode at self-checkout, bag it, and get out of there.
That's too easy.
I went to Walmart yesterday and the only open regular checkout was the tobacco aisle.
We don't have
that's the old ones, like the ones that's by Harlan's house on Winchester. I've never seen less than half of those registers open. I mean, I go in regular hours. I haven't been like after 8 p.m. or before 10 a.m. But those registers are, and that's actually been a nice experience. I like the way that one's set up.
I got profiled yesterday at Walmart. When I left, the guy didn't even want to look at my receipt.
Privilege.
That white privilege card.
Privilege.
He did.
I do not.
One look at me and Gwen and said, too. "Oh, go."
They know for a fact that I'm a shopper in that store, and they still want to check it every time I walk out the door.
They don't check ours either. They just wave at you when you go by. Now, Sam's Club, they'll check it.
The secret is keep everything in bags, and then they won't check you. If you can get it in a bag, put it in a bag. Milk and everything.
Mrs. Lady, there's no way. folks, one of the ways Walmart is combating theft, it happened here. It was a story. Is there was somebody here who was city council, or he was a politician of some sort.
Yeah,
They've been looking for this dude. He had been under ringing and all this stuff. He's facing all kinds of charges. They arrested him. Walmart had tracked through all their stores and compiled all their video. There's cameras on them registers that are way better than you can imagine how good they are.
Gosh, yeah.
It can tell if you missed a scan.
It can read the serial number on a bill.
I just want to pay for my stuff and move on. I don't mind paying. If I want something cheap, I go to the thrift store.
So they didn't get this guy when they saw him do it the first time. They watched him for a while because he was going from Walmart to Walmart to Walmart and doing this at every store. Well, they just waited till they got him to what, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 worth of theft.
Well, they
got him.
They wait till they can get the right charges on him.
Yeah, they got him because they knew who he was. He was a council member. He may have been the council president. He's done now, finished. And that was just one.
Unless he wants to run for president. Apparently, that's okay. You can do whatever you want to run for president.
What's that?
And that's the thing they want you to believe. Can you get this? They want you to believe that a Walmart camera can read everything on your receipt and probably read what kind of shoes you have on, but they have no fucking clue who left the cocaine in the White House.
Right. That is probably the most surveilled building in the entire world. They
don't have Walmart cameras in the White House.
I mean, because they did a test run on you dumbasses. What's the first test run? You believe that someone who learned how to fly a Cessna could drop a 737 or whatever it is into the side of the Pentagon and skip all the cameras on the second most surveilled building in the world, and as they shot a cruise missile, and we'll just tell them it was a plane. There you go. There you go. And it's just so happened to hit the accounting office where we're missing $3 billion or $1 trillion, whatever the hell it was. Nothing to see here. Move along, sheep. Move along. Move along.
I have a little more faith in our government.
I don't. I don't trust them.
Not much.
I don't trust them at all.
No.
I'm telling you, the more you read and the more you learn, everything you know is a lie. Everything you know is a lie.
I try to avoid it. I'm
trying to avoid it myself, but
because there's only so much you can do, and it's usually local that you can do something.
You're correct.
And that's where you have to be as focused as you can. And, everybody's like, oh, if Harris gets in, this is going to happen. If Trump gets in, this will happen. It doesn't matter. And you can go back to the Bible, and there was good kings and there was bad kings, dude. It's just you got to deal with it. You just got to learn to accept it.
Basket Noodle, you scare me, man. I'm like, you're one of the ones I know is pretty damn smart in the chat. I'm like, he just said the Pentagon was hit by a plane. I'm like, and then he put not.
I try not to, because the more I look into that stuff, this is the reason I don't do the conspiracy stuff anymore, is because it'll tear you up, man.
Yeah, you start going down rabbit holes, and
it's a distraction, folks.
Scott got caught up. Scott is the best on the panel to tell anybody about it because he got caught up in it.
Oh my God, it's awful.
That's why
the amount of time that you can focus on your business, and there's a smart person I know. I can't remember his name. Over and over would tell me and his son.
His name is Steve.
None of this shit matters. Focus on your own life. Control what you control. I don't know who that motherfucker was, but he's pretty smart.
Sounds like something I'd say.
As me and his son were still talking about politics last night.
But that's all you can do is control what you can control. And if you get down them rabbit holes, you start to forget about what's important in life.
Hey, Ron, that is big news.
You agree with Robert?
It's like, you know what? At the end of the day, everything's going to be fine. Get busy.
It's not going to be fine, but There's only
You
so
gotta-
much to do about it, Harlan. You know
You have
that.
to know. You have to know a certain amount of stuff and vote according to what your beliefs are, but to have the outcome you want. However, if we go down the rabbit holes, like lately, I've been watching way too much political crap. You know, and
See, I've been watching spray paint. I've been watching these guys spray paint these
Eating-
planets and stuff.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
I gotta go get the barbecue sauce out again.
You have to get the
those
barbecue
guys
sauce.
that paint the spray paint guys that with the that's the coolest thing I've ever seen, man.
I've been watching it. Oh shit! What did you get?
I don't know that I could stand 4 years of that. That's the thing.
It's that. So, Rennie, that's one thing I definitely. That's the rabbit hole that I keep going down that it scares the devil. I'm telling you, we're living in end time. You better get right with your maker. I don't think we see 2030. I really don't think. So if y'all show up for
I'm going on so many cruises, I want to get my cruises in before the end, dude.
if y'all show up for a Wednesday morning and I'm not here, I'm with the Lord. See you. That's it. That's all I gotta tell you. I'm
Will
out.
I get the password?
You're gonna be there with me. It ain't gonna matter what the password is. I'm out. That's right, Brittany. I'll be raptured out of here. See ya.
2031. I'm going to remind you of this conversation. Probably not.
All right. Somebody write it down here. 2031.
I'm sure they got odds on it in Vegas.
Well, I think the biggest threat is the threat, and a lot of people won't agree, but the threat of another world war and these people who have weapons that aren't good.
You got to find one of the 3 gates of the ice wall. Come on now.
Oh, that's not going to help.
I don't know that. I don't know that it'll be a world war.
I'm just a little worried about it as well.
I see more of a civil type war.
They've been saying that for a lot of years.
They're pitting. They're doing a good job pitting people against each other and over these minuscule little.
And we as a people are stupid enough to buy into it.
Baseball. If you're still here, you show up, and I'm gone. You can have all of it.
That's why I'm on the ski program right now.
What ski is that?
Spend my kids' inheritance.
Since I've known you, John, you've told me one thing that's for it. You wanted to check out of here without $1 to your name. You've told me that over and over since I met you.
Hey, listen, I live a good life. You need one of those, Harlan. It'll change your life.
This is mine. You didn't know? It's not mine.
Say, look at that. I told you, look at that finger right there.
Oh,
When you put a wedding band on, you get all kinds of grandkids from the other side.
This ain't my grandkid. This is the kid at work. That's right. Tell him.
That's what you tell us.
Tell him, Levi. Tell him. What's that right? Now my girlfriend's got another grandbaby coming in a week.
Who, you?
My girlfriend. Her daughter's having a baby in a week.
Why don't you just fess up and you married her when you were in Vegas? Damn, bitch.
That's why they haven't made it to Vegas yet. They're on their way in November.
We'll be there November 14th. Or 15th.
Hey, that'd be legendary. Y'all get married at the Elvis Chapel. Get married at the Elvis Chapel. I'm telling you.
Hey, I've witnessed a few weddings in Vegas. If you need a stand in, I'll be there. You're laughing. I did it for my brother-in-law. He called and said, "Come to Vegas. We're eloping."
What you doing?
We need witnesses. I was like, see you in Vegas.
Yeah, make sure everybody hits the like button so John Flipping Ain't Easy can get a sale.
I'm trying to disconnect my watch because it broke, and I realize now I'm paying monthly for the service, and I have been for months. And they make it so difficult to disconnect this stupid thing on the Verizon website. I finally found it.
You're gonna find Mimi?
Yeah, I just have mine doesn't have LTE on it. I just have the regular
Let's go
watch.
find Mimi.
But they're not giving. I broke my watch is the reason I want to disconnect it, but that's not an option. I should just get an old watch.
You gonna find Mimi?
Larry said they renewed their vows at the Elvis Chapel. Mr. Sadie, it would have been a whole lot closer just to drive down to Arkansas and have him do it in person. You could have got right on what is it, interstate, whatever that one is, coming out of St. Louis, straight down into Arkansas over to Little Rock, and said, "Elvis, marry us." Yeah, 55. Elvis, marry us again. He's a minister now, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I'm becoming more and more convinced. The more I watch TikTok, and it's stupid because I don't think he is, but
Wait, I've never. What's TikTok like? I've never been over there.
it's endless doom scrolling is what it's like.
Oh, I got to stay off of there.
There's some good stuff on there.
I get
My
caught.
wife, they must have shut him down.
Wasn't me this time. Y'all saw my hands right here. It wasn't me this time.
Oh, he spoke bad. He spoke bad about TikTok. He's gone.
Yeah,
See, there's control for you. China doesn't like what he had to
But
say.
you need so John is wrong on this one. The one thing I would tell you, I had both hands right here. I didn't do anything.
Did it happen to everybody or just me?
Just
you. So
No.
TikTok, the one thing you need to learn, one thing you need to pay attention to is, they'll tell you there is some free exchange information. There's a lot of crazy information over there. But the one thing that I think they were scared of more than anything is the TikTok shop is moving a shit ton of merchandise. It's every third or fourth one. Somebody is selling something. There's an easy link to it. There were a lot of people that didn't want the competition. If you have any kind of social media presence, I really think I've missed out. I should have done TikTok shop or something because there is a lot of money being made by resellers with affiliate money. Talk him up. With
What the
TikTok.
hell you doing out of bed?
What's up, John?
Be up early.
Hey, John, I got to show you.
See, Tamara.
$40 at a yard sale.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Tamara, I talked about you. I talked about you on the show Friday night. They were talking about about pancake syrup. I'm like, y'all need real syrup like Tamara makes, maple syrup. But it's amazing how much stuff they sell and stuff that sells out. Okay, so how else can you take advantage of TikTok? People are crazy. They put TikTok in the title of their eBay listings. You want to find out what's kind of hot right now? Type in a search on eBay for TikTok and see what kind of products people are looking for. The influencer. I've got one of them over there. Y'all want to see it? I'm trying to decide whether to eat it or not. That craziness.
Yummy.
Not
yummy. I don't think I've
ramen flavored Funyuns.
Wow.
Do they have the regular just chicken ones? I'd try that.
No, it's just hot and spicy.
Yeah, no.
That can't be any good for you.
Tony wants to stop making it. Maple syrup and moonshine, but I think that was a bigger threat to a lot of these. Because let's be for real, the Chinese government is getting your information Everybody steals your information. Your information is for sale everywhere. It's the government probably just didn't want the competition. NSA. That's from the whole panel. They all said this. The hell with the NSA. They're listening to us.
I don't know who we're flipping off, but I'm doing it.
Oh, fuck you. Whoever we're flipping off, I'll flip anybody off. And maybe it's because John got here.
It might be. I might have drug him in with me.
I told everybody you're live this morning too, John.
What's that?
It's not late night whenever it's only 9 o'clock. That's not late night, dude. I'm at 11 o'clock trying to go to bed, and you're calling it late night.
Well, I was thinking of you. I was thinking of you and Josh and all those other people on the East Coast.
Hell, Josh,
wait a minute. Time out. 9 o'clock is freaking late. Let's get that straight.
Well, it would have been 11 o'clock here.
I'd have been dead to the world.
Well, how come you weren't on? Here?
I made one comment before I made one comment before I told you it was late and I went to sleep.
Oh, I must have skipped it.
Beard skip. That's if y'all watch John's show, that's the way it is. Beard made a comment, skip. Beard made 10 comments, I read one. Skip. He's having side conversations, said no one. But it's, man, the TikTok shop is absolutely crazy, the amount of stuff that sells. You just go over there and watch it. You can go live and sell stuff. You can sell stuff by affiliate links. You can push your own merchandise. Somebody Joni was watching the other day who says that every time she sells a merchandise, she has to take a couple of weeks without selling it because she sells out every single time within an hour. And it takes her 2 weeks to catch back up to do it again. I mean, it's amazing how much merch. Todd, we could probably go over there and sell toothbrush holders.
There you go.
How'd you get rid of them? 30 minutes on TikTok. We told them they can put their whatever they wanted to in them. There's a reseller I know over there. His name is Buried Treasure. He's got a couple accounts over there. Dude is making killer money. He makes 3 or 4 or 5 videos a day, showing some new thing that he's picked up on TikTok shop. And here's the affiliate link. So who's on the government list?
I'm sure I'm on the list.
Never heard of the movie.
The one thing, Reagan?
I did yesterday.
Any good?
I think everyone should watch it just for a refresher memories of what we went through in those days. God, he did a good job of doing the characterization of Reagan. There was some bad acting from some of the side actors, and it was kind of a slow first third of the movie, but it was good. It was good.
That's a noodle trying to find a pen that works. It's a conspiracy theory that my pens don't work to write down the movie name. All right, I'll have time to watch it before Primo goes live at noon.
Who's Primo?
Primo Chemo.
Primo Chemo?
So James, damn it, I can't even say your name without that song bouncing around in my damn head. Every time I say Primo Chemo, that fucking song bounces around. And now it changes in my mind. I'm gonna kill that sucker. That's what my mind is now says. Primo Chemo, I'm gonna kill that sucker.
Is that a YouTube channel or what?
Yeah.
Primo Chemo. What is it about?
Reselling.
Reselling?
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Dusty a little bit. They were in here earlier. His wife is Spam Banshee, Bridget. So one of his viewers made a went on AI and made him a theme song, and so he plays it liberally on this channel. I can get James' attention.
Dang, that's loud.
That's worse than James.
I know, right? That's his. I think that's his mating song right there.
Lag, what happened to the Eagles Monday night?
But man, that's not his air horn. Dadgummit. That's the DJ air horn sound effect. Yeah, but I've got to get some listing done today. So, John, are you having flipping ain't easy, John? Are you having the same thing? A lot of your stuff that you newly listed stuff is selling faster than your older stuff, or are you not seeing that?
It's a mix. I have 5 going out in the morning here, and no, it's a mix of stuff that's been up or that I've listed recently.
Oh yeah, I cursed you and you cursed me yesterday. I thought I'd tell you that.
How's that?
I'm walking out. I made some comment in one of your chats about oh, it was in Josh's chat. I'm like, at least I hadn't whined about my back today or something. I tripped on the damn hand truck walking outside and fell into the air conditioner. I'm like, I'm trying to get the wing night last night. Back is killing me. I'm taking Advil on the way over there. I'm like, I ain't mentioning John again, damn it.
Yeah. Even going and getting a massage didn't really help. It helped a little bit, but I'm still dealing with it. Just going to take a week before it kind of corrects itself.
Well, once you reach 50,
yeah.
If you think that you can tie your shoes in peace without pulling a muscle on your back, that's the last time I pulled my back. I was trying to get ready to go somewhere and tie the shoe. I'm like, I bent down to tie a shoe and I felt something. I'm like, oh God. Didn't go nowhere. So Dominant is nominating you, Grumpy, for president because you corrected this.
What?
Native American Indigenous. Okay, so Diamond Roy, who told you that they were indigenous people or they're Native Americans?
They're not technically.
Because there's a big movement. A lot of people think that
I have no idea what they're talking about. They're fucking Indians.
That America was actually the land with the Garden of Eden and all this stuff. You start doing a lot of research down that rabbit hole, and how that the only place, if you read the Bible that about the ark was built out of gopher wood, and there's only one place you can get that in Florida. And if you look at the description of the Nile with 7 rivers off of it, and there's only one river in the world that fits that description, Mississippi. So they might be Egyptians and not indigenous Native Americans. There you go.
In the
go down that rabbit hole. There you go.
There is a history book from 1860 something. I actually own it, so I know it's in there. And in this area where I live, they were finding things like Egyptian beads when they were digging up.
Hey, do some reading about the Grand Canyon and all the Egyptian stuff that's come out of there, and how you're not allowed to go. You're not allegedly, and how you're not allowed to go to 99% of the Grand Canyon. Good luck for your own safety, because you're and there are some of them that were wanting to check out some caves and stuff. And every time they go over there, these mysterious black helicopters keep showing up. I wonder why. What are they there for, Steve?
Bigfoot. I know.
Is that where is that where the high
depends
Bigfoot?
on what you believe in. What they
found that. Found him.
Oh my God, Tamara, that's the worst show ever.
I love
that is Oak Island is like they took they saw from the 80s and what's his name opening the Al Capone's vault, and they go, what if we stretch this out over 15 seasons? Will they still watch? Yes, they will.
That treasure on Oak Island's been found already, and it's gone. And
There was never a treasure there. Come on.
the guy that lived on the island that went from a cabbage farmer to the richest man, and he found that treasure. He found it.
I don't think so. I don't think there ever was. I think it was just a horseback.
I've watched probably every episode of that. At least 90%.
I watch it every now and then, and I realize
never been impressed.
that is the art of the cliffhanger. And I'm like, and they repeat everything 1 million times. I'm like, I'm tired of hearing about it. The black helicopter sprinklers with red number 5. They are. Can't get away from it.
Number 5.
But I'm telling you, the future of reselling, you know, there's going to be a lot of money made with the social media aspect of reselling. You know, Whatnot's proving that every day. Amazon didn't create Amazon Inspire, where they allow you to go on there and tell people about products and click on the screen and order stuff, because they thought social media was going away, and the influencers and telling people about products wasn't it. How many of you go to estate sales? Everybody except John, raise your hand. How many people go to estate sales? Is there anybody who's ever gone to an estate sale, not been to one that's full of all these new products that grandma ordered from QVC? Everybody's been to one. There's a reason QVC moves a lot of merchandise, and they convince people whether they need it or not. It's the same concept. It's just
there was none of that at that estate sale you and I went to in Vegas. There was none of that.
I mean, and then watch Storage Auction Pirate Mike. How many storage units has he got to buy full of stuff that people bought on that? It's the way. I think it's the way. Is there always going to be Grumpy John's method of, you're selling, a lot of products that you're the wholesaler, you've got a direct relationship with the manufacturer? Absolutely, that's never going away. But I'm telling you,
yes, it is.
Yeah, right.
No, it's got to. It's got to. Here's what's going to happen with reselling in the future. You're going to go back to the flea market style sellers, where they sell one-offs and things like that, small one-man operations, and you're going to have large brands that sell directly to the end user. It's going to take time for this to happen. These larger companies are going to have to figure out how to put their product on. But as China gets more involved with these platforms that ship direct, the manufacturers are going to have to go direct to the end user and cut the middleman out because of profits and pricing. They're going to work on a much smaller margin going from their factory to the end user. I've said that for 10 years. And then the future, the big money future for people like us will be in marketing product on platforms like TikTok or Twitter or wherever they're doing it now. It's big in the millionaires group about TikTok videos.
There's a lot of people making money doing that now.
Yeah, there's a ton of money over there.
It's because so much merchandise is being. I don't think they'll ever eliminate the middleman, John, because there's so many companies out there that just don't want to deal with Amazon and would rather have somebody like you do it. I mean, they're okay with that. I mean, it might lessen, but I don't think it ever goes away. Because look at it, if it was done that, it's had how many chances have manufacturers had to sell directly to other places? They could have sold directly to Walmart, to Sears, to all these big markets, and they won't.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, they're going to bring somebody like me in-house.
Okay.
And they're going to sell on the platform, and they're going to have somebody that manages selling to the end user. I don't mean selling to Amazon to sell to the customer. I'm talking about they're going to use the platform to sell it. Lego is a great example. Lego is now on eBay as Lego. You know, they have a Lego store on eBay. They have a Lego store on Amazon. They have a Lego store here.
Mark wants you to know that postcards suck. Don't sell them.
Okay, good to know.
All right, Mark, I announced that for you, and nobody's going to sell postcards.
I can tell you a better one than postcards.
Don't say reading glasses.
No. How about Star Notes? How about Star Notes? You got no risk.
This one's great.
No risk at all.
I'm over here making Donald Trump cat memes while you guys.
The best one is the one I found. One of them similar last night, but there was one I found where it's got R2D2 and Leia's bending down to put the thing in, and it's and it's showing on the screen, and it's a cat that comes up calling for Trump to save him. You're our only hope. That's amazing.
The problem with, like saying Walmart is coming after eBay and Amazon. The problem is it's just like the minivan. Chrysler came out with the minivan, and they were on the 4th generation when Chevrolet entered the market.
And the other thing too is
it's going to be a chase for the next decade to 10 to 20 years before anybody takes over Amazon.
You've also got people that it's hard to break. If you're an Amazon buyer, you don't buy on eBay. And I would think it would follow the same. If you're an Amazon buyer, you know, you might buy in person at Walmart, but you don't search Walmart.com because you're automatically going to Amazon, and Amazon's going to have to really screw up to lose that. They've got a high loyalty because that's why they take it so seriously, and they hold people to the high counter. If you're going to sell on their platform, is because they understand how important each customer is to their bottom line, and they do their absolute damnedest to make sure the customer experience is very good, so you don't go to a Walmart.
There you go. I'll share it. It's like the Terminator, man. It's pretty cool.
Get back to reselling soon, Steve.
Yeah, I'm bored.
I'm bored. Why are you bored? You got 10,000 CDs to list.
You're all behind me too. No, not 10,000, 1,000. So it's Trump saving the cat, Lag.
I thought he was going to shoot the cat and eat the cat. Eat the cat.
No, he's in there. He's in there to protect the cats.
Yeah.
So this yesterday, in fact, no, 2 days ago, I saw on Facebook Marketplace that they had DVDs and CDs, 1,000 of them. So I went and bought them all for $225, which is what, 25 cents a piece? I don't think that's too bad a deal. And I sorted through all the CDs, and I'll make my money back on about 30 of them. So
it's just if you want to do the work, it's not there's money there. There's a segment of the population that, you know, whether they get bigger or smaller. I mean, look at James, Great Reseller Life. How many CDs, cassettes, and stuff does he have to sell? You know, for everybody that put doom and gloom on. So he was in James' chat, private, the members chat the other day. And he's like, I can't make enough videos because my sales are crazy right now. He's been having a lot of huge sales days. Just don't have time to make the videos. Got to run the business.
If I list all these the same way that Grumpy did his jeans, one price, list them all, $3 plus shipping or something. I don't know I'll have to see where the break even level is and then go up from there. I'll make money on them. There's no way you can.
Yeah, and they're relatively easy to list. You can machine gun them out. But yeah,
and these aren't like obscure. Most of it's not. Actually, the good ones, the really good ones, are more obscure titles. But there's a lot of good stuff in here. My wife took her little pile, and I get to sell her.
Yeah, I've sold 3 or 4. I've got a whole drawer full of CDs. I sold 3 or 4.
We used to pay $1 a piece for DVDs. Remember? Now the market, you can't sell them on Amazon that well anymore unless they're over a certain amount. But there's Discogs out there you can sell on. There's a lot of.
Can I get in trouble for telling an eBay customer to fuck off?
No.
If you do it in a nice professional manner, no.
I've got a $35 item. They offered $5 for it. I declined it. Now they've come back at $6.
Okay, here's what you do. How much is it on eBay for?
$32.88.
Counter it at $38 and say, okay, now we're both being stupid. Can we meet in the middle?
You can't counter for higher than the item is.
Oh, they took that away? You used to be able to. I used to counter for more than the price.
All right, make counter offer. Let me verify the price. $32.88 plus $4.95 shipping. So what's that?
I will let it sit. Wouldn't even mess with it.
Oh no,
I don't even pay attention.
I like to toy with.
I don't. I just leave.
First time, if they send it for $5, it's like, okay, no, I'll counter back. But if they come back at $6, you're just gonna hang. I'm sorry. I don't have time. I don't have time for you in my day.
All right, here we go. Review
Can you
offer.
spend it at 38?
eBay, a lower offer amount will keep the buyers in a negotiation. Review counter offer. The discount is 0.03. It's 0.03% off. Submit counter offer.
0.03.
But you know, I was telling Scott about this the other day. People do this because there's so many people out there who need money.
Yes.
And they may have something listed for $35, and they'll take $5 or $10 because
See, there was another one that I had a $17 item. They offered $15. I took that. No problem.
when we went to Colorado the other day, my girlfriend wanted to get me some hiking long pants. She got on Poshmark and she made a couple of offers. I mean, they were like, $60, $70 pants. She offered them $20. They took it. And you never know what people, because especially clothing, a lot of these people may go to the bins and they may have $1 or 50 cents in it. And if they need money, then $20 is still a huge win from $1.
People just have closets full of clothes.
Well, people do what they've been able to do before, so they're not going to keep offering lowball offers if no one takes it. There's people out there taking these lowball offers.
Absolutely, and that's why people are sending them.
So flipping ain't easy, John. I told everybody to hit the like button. You were guaranteeing them a sale. So actually, I told them every time they hit the like button, you get a sale.
They hit a like button on my show, they get a sale. Yes, that's correct.
I never get a sale. Maybe it's because I hit the wrong button.
And so y'all didn't want to hear the Harlan's butt clenching moment of the weekend.
Harlan's what?
Harlan's butt clenching moment of the weekend.
Did his girlfriend tell me he was pregnant?
It's when Harlan looks across the room and sees Marcia sit down with the ex.
That was butt clenching. She walked over there, and my girlfriend went and sat right next to my ex-wife, and I'm like, oh dear God.
Yeah, compare notes.
No, later on, she come up to me. She goes, "Are you not even going to ask why I went over there?" And I'm like, "I'm afraid. I'm afraid to ask."
I'm afraid. That's awesome.
She said, "No." She goes, "I just told her." She goes, "I'm so glad that we get along so well." And my daughter got married a month ago, and then we had her reception this weekend in Huntsville. And she just said, "I'm sure at some point we're going to be, passing grandbaby back and forth whenever they decide to have kids. And I'm just glad that we get along well." I'm like, that's cool.
My wife and my ex-wife get along, but they were friends well before we ever got married. So,
but it was butt clenching.
Yeah. So some of these people are just $5 for a 3-pack of an item that costs, I don't know, $3 in the store. Yeah. and you can't find it. If I'm selling it, most of the time, if it's my newer items, they're discontinued or it's going to be hard to find. No, Harlan's not having a kid. Harlan can't have kids.
I didn't hear that. What?
Flag said, wait, Harlan's having a kid. Yeah, 25 and 28 years ago, he had kids.
Somebody's not paying attention. Well, I gets an F.
But it's
Harlan took care of that.
don't discount the social media part of reselling. If you're doing yourself a disservice, because the one thing I know for sure is things are going to change. Are there sellers who can get away with doing the same thing they've always done? There are those people out there, but the vast majority of people have to adapt. James is so established. He's been around 23 years. He's got a huge store. He's got all that time and invested in his systems, and he knows how it works. He'll change a little bit, but he just tweaks and moves on. Most newer sellers or others are going to have to play by the current, and it's going to mean some social media, I think, at some point.
I don't know if I don't know if it'll mean social media in our lifetime. I think you can be successful without social media.
You can, but it definitely helps.
You're gonna have to have marketing skills.
Because that's what Josh is working on now. The other of the whatever the hell the name of the podcast is, John's Creation Podcast, whatever the hell we call it. He's moving everything off of, or not moving off of, but making it available on his own websites. He's taught himself how to make because it's you've got some little more control. Can he drive? Be very interested to watch as he see how he drives traffic and see how effective he is on that. Just never forget at the end of the day, you can bitch and complain about eBay all you want to. They still drive a tremendous amount of traffic on the web to your items.
You know that this Ryan and Lindsay, their channel is called Renzi. You know who I'm talking about, Scott?
Yeah, the shoe sellers.
Yeah, they are 100% whatnot.
There's a lot of 100% whatnotters now.
That is,
and they had done really well on eBay.
Yeah, they were doing it, but I guess they're killing it. And now he's swapped over to mainly new clothing and shoes. I saw that the other day. He was on what's that guy's name that had the big eBay store that retired? The biggest used clothes guy. What's his name?
I don't know.
The
number one men's clothes seller.
He ain't retired yet, is he?
Tekken Sports.
Never heard of him.
Well, he's pretty much closed most of his stuff down for the most part. I don't think he has his warehouse anymore.
He figured out it was a lot easier to sell courses. So it makes a lot of money selling courses.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're good at it, there's nothing wrong with it.
I didn't say there was. I'm just saying he's selling. But don't never miss. He put in the work to get to where he is in order to be able to sell those courses.
Mm-hmm.
People ask me all the time how I would start over, and that's always the way I think about starting a new. If I was going to write a course, that's what it would be, and it's just not the right one for me. And I just. I know that I have a lot of information to share. I haven't found the right avenue.
Yeah, his group is interesting. I mean, I think he's live every day in the morning talking to all of his people in his group. It's a group, I guess. But yeah, he interviewed Renzi the other day. I thought that was interesting.
But does he not sell it all on eBay anymore? Did he shut that completely down?
Renzi said he was 100%.
No, I'm talking about Tekken Sport.
He may sell, but he got rid of that warehouse. He had a huge warehouse. He kept selling it down and down. He still buys stuff, but I think his goal was to make the money and clothe and move over into real estate and stuff like that. So he's got other stuff. Because I mean, he listed, was it 250 items a day, 7 days a week for years.
Years. Yeah.
And
He
he just
does a lot of bulk selling to his members.
So, I mean, he was selling millions a year on eBay. So, I mean, but that'll break you down over time. And
Yeah,
I
but
guess
if you
after a
have a-
while, you know, he was wanting to be done by a certain age so him and his wife could
And
chill.
there's nothing wrong with
Takes
that.
No, there's nothing wrong, but it takes a special kind of person to have that kind of drive.
It's
And
hard work. When I did those jeans, remember when I sold the jeans for one price?
Yep.
That was hard freaking work, man.
Mm-hmm.
We had to turn a lot of volume to make that money we made. And everything better be a system and a process to get to those kind of numbers.
Yeah, he built a landscaping service too. He's got like five trucks and a warehouse for that.
Who tech?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
And
there's
he's
a lot.
probably got, go ahead.
Go ahead.
He's probably got people that runs that for him, you know, honestly.
Oh yeah.
And I'm watching in the MDS group, the $1 Million Seller group on Facebook. There's a lot of people getting out of reselling because of all, the fees and this and that. There's, a million excuses. And they're getting into real estate. They're getting into these other businesses. They're getting the other things. They're taking their knowledge from what they learned about Amazon and eBay and applying it to other markets. Like one guy went into Airbnbs. Well, he took everything he learned about building a listing for eBay and Amazon and is now using it on Airbnb.
Build Airbnb listings that are effective. And
yep. The first image, how to, you win the main image, and then you win the buy. All that stuff plays in. Marketing is going to be where the money is in the future. You got to know how to market. The reselling part of it is going to become like grocery stores. You're going to work on a much smaller margin. I don't think you're going to have to work on 5% margins, but you are going to have to work on smaller margins in the future. It's already that way with clothes. Look at Tommy Bahamas, where they were when you met me and where they are now.
I found one of my, so I was wandering to the thrift store because there was old people there yesterday on the way to Wings. And I didn't realize Robert Graham made shoes. I looked at these funky shoes. I'm like, those are the funkiest shoes. I'm like, I remember back in 2013 when I was selling clothes, and that was Robert Graham's were a big deal back then.
I don't know what they are now, but it's you got to know what you're doing. You got to have a market that's sustainable. Everybody, my market's sustainable because it's a lot of repeat buyers. Once I have a customer, I have a 77% return rate. At some point, the customer will come back and buy again. Some are faster than others. Once you build a customer base and they're buying from you steady, what more do you need?
So Shannon, that's an easy one. She said, if I decide to apply for a 9-to-5 on your resume, it's not a hobby. You run a business. You run your own small business, and then you set it up as a small business, the name of your company, which could be your eBay store, and list all your responsibilities. Just think about this. You're very good at market research. You're very good at product presentation, market analysis through price. There's so many things. Accounting, because you have to keep track of your accounting. I mean, just think about everything it takes to run a small business, and building the resume and what you did to run your business. And the one thing I would Mr. Flippin' Ain't Easy is very quick to tell you. One of the Chat GPT, Gemini, one of those, if you put those parameters into one of these AI, whichever one, Chat GPT, Gemini, Bing, whichever, it'll kick out a lot of those suggestions for you, and you can tell it in a professional manner. It'll make a lot of the resume stuff for you.
It takes time to learn Chat GPT or Gemini or any of them. But once you get a prompt, I showed you some of my prompts. I've shown you what some of my prompts kick out for listings.
Cha-ching. Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
He wasn't talking to you.
No, he hit the like button for the sale. That's what happened.
But it definitely is. It is the way of the future, and the more you use it, the more you think, because the more you put prompts in, because both of Johns would tell you, they both use it to build listings and optimize listings and those things. Garbage in, garbage out. But if you put good in, it'll bring good out. And so you just have to learn what questions to ask it to get it to generate information that's useful for you.
I have an item that sells $30,000 a month. I went in, I worked with Chat for about an hour and a half.
Right.
And it came up with ideas that I didn't think about to expand those sales, how to improve those sales. We worked on the listing. We did all kinds of stuff in Chat. And I mean, it's not a lot, but my sales are up probably $100 a day. An item selling $30,000 a month, $100 a day is not a whole lot it's 10%. But for a couple hours over the next year, I'll generate a nice income from it.
Most people would, in the way resellers is going right now, most people would jump at 10% of a day for the year. Because how many people would tell you they're flat or down right now?
Most people are down. When I tell people my sales are up 15%, they ask me how. Do the same shit. I tell everybody, all you got to do is follow. It's very easy. Figure out how to make $1 and multiply it. Just replicate it. Don't change anything. If whatever you're looking to buy doesn't fit into your system, don't buy it. If you have a system that makes you $1, replicate it. Don't try and change it. Don't change it until it breaks. If it breaks, then figure out what you got to do to fix it. But until it breaks, just keep repeating it.
Did you pick up your 3 pallets yet?
No, I'm picking up one in about an hour and a half.
Pallets of what?
Miscellaneous returns, but they're all manifested, so I know what I'm getting. Anything from
miscellaneous returns. I can't stand people that can't tell you what they sell.
Sorry, I sell everything. Electronics to home improvement to.
I'm breaking your balls. Ease up, bud. I'm breaking your balls.
Well, I know you are. But there's some people out here who don't think you are, so I got to clarify.
Well, that's the first. When people ask me for help, that's the first question I ask. Scott has seen me do it.
Be right back.
I ask, what do you sell?
They came back from. Let's see what they're going to offer from $6. Now they went to $3.50.
I blocked their ass. That's stupid. That's a time waster. It's like
it's entertainment now.
Well, sometimes it becomes entertainment, and I need to go down a rabbit hole like that sometimes. Sometimes I get them just at the right time.
But I'm gonna get rid of them legitimately because there's decline offer. He's got 2 left.
I sell.
If you don't want to bother with it, you just go in and set the lowest you'll take on every item you list, and you don't have to deal with that anymore.
So here we go.
Well, you just don't accept offers.
Well, I think taking offers is a huge part of it. I mean, I have enough margin to work with. I don't have to make 10x on an item. I can make 6x and still be happy with it. But if they're only offering me 2x when I know I can get more than that, it's a decline. So maybe I set it for 6x.
Hey, don't worry though. Hey, don't worry though. He's actually a seller. He's got 3 items. So here we go.
You gonna send him on that?
Reply with your final offer and say
He's got Cannon Rebel.
no. Say how would you feel if I offered you $5 for that?
Scott's just going to offer him $350 for his freaking camera.
He's got a $285 lenses or whatever.
Send me his username, and I'll give him lowball offers on all this stuff.
So everybody, he declined my offer. He's Look This Way 1 is his name.
I'll do it on my other account.
Is it set to automatically decline below a certain amount?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he'll still see it.
My guess is that he's somebody who's watching this show right now and just screwing with you. That's my guess.
I don't know.
It's probably Connie Lingus. Connie Lingus is messing with you.
Look This Way.
Say it one more time.
Located in Meadville, Pennsylvania.
Oh my God, that's close to me.
Harlan, is that Connie Lingus your account?
We don't know who Connie Lingus is yet. Do we? Have we figured it out yet?
We have not figured out who that is.
Don't worry. Here's another one. Make an offer.
Oh, we said Connie Lingus more than 3 times.
It's kind of like Beetlejuice. She shows up.
Did she show up for real?
Not yet.
No.
Like, what happened to your Eagles on Monday night?
Damn it.
They should have took that 3 points when they had 4th and 4 on the 8.
Well, listen, wait a minute. We're talking about Philadelphia. The people that live in Philadelphia are not very high intelligent.
And then Saquon dropped the first down pass that would have ended the game. He dropped it, and then they lost. That's what happened.
Oh, you watched it?
Oh, yeah.
I don't watch any sports.
It's football.
I don't watch any.
I'm gonna make a prediction here. The Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. As
Why?
long as they buy tickets.
Well, I tell you what, New Orleans just come out the gate and just whoop that butt.
I asked John in one of his chats. I don't think I got an answer. You miss your quarterback yet?
Well, of course. I'm not the one that sent him away. I didn't want him to leave. You have a lot of car haters out here, right, that think he was the problem.
He was not the problem.
He was not the problem. It was the defense. The rest of the team was the problem.
Yeah, y'all have been a different. If it wasn't for drinking and driving, y'all have been a much different team.
Oh,
if y'all lost a lot when you lost Henry. When y'all lost Henry Lugg, y'all lost a lot.
I blame that on the University of Alabama for not teaching him to be ready for the real life. That's what the university was supposed to do, and they failed him there.
Yeah,
he left early. That's not our fault. He didn't complete his training. He's not a Jedi yet. He was lured by the money of the Raiders instead of completing his training as a Jedi. So there you go. All right.
Saban should have sat him down and said, "Look, kid, before you leave, here are the things you don't want to get caught up in."
You know how many people they bring through there to talk to these guys about all that stuff? It's the amount of money that the university spends with speakers and stuff and people that have had those kind of experiences over and over. I just don't get it. Whenever you've got that much money, all you had to do was anybody. I think it's part of the Raiders' responsibility. You got a bunch of young kids like that. They should have had a better way for them to get home, and you know what I mean, and looking out for it much. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's 100% his fault.
Oh yeah.
But there could have been. I'm not excusing the behavior. It's a young lady lost her life for no fucking reason because he was stupid and he deserved everything that's coming to him. But there could be people that you can help people out. Money does crazy shit. And
but was he drunk?
Yes.
Yeah. Twice the legal limit.
That's what I don't understand. If you drink more than 2 drinks and get behind the wheel, you're stupid. I'm sorry. You're stupid.
And you got all the money in the freaking world in a city where there's a gazillion limousines.
Why would you even think of driving? I mean,
there's
I don't understand with Uber as it is in cities like that.
there's drinking,
No
there's
reason.
driving. You don't do both. That's
Listen,
common sense.
what's the first thing I do when I get to Vegas? I valet my car, and I don't take my car out again until I head home.
Yeah, me and Harlan were so drunk we made John drive us around.
Oh, that was funny that night.
Can you find a straight road back to the hotel?
I'm still upset that I missed the first. I should have went to eBay Open. I should have done.
Oh,
both.
that was a
I missed it
wild
all.
freaking weekend.
I missed it all.
Did I go to that?
Yeah, that's when you tried to pick up the transgenders on.
I
Fremont
did
Street.
not. Bullshit. I wasn't.
How do you know?
Damn, he gave me another offer. Let's see what the
$2.
Three.
What was it?
I don't know. Let me look.
I think he knows it's a game at this point.
I just need him to run out of offers.
Just offer him something on his item.
I did.
If Otto rejected it, he's got parameters set. You know what?
Hey, somebody just bought that item and paid full price. No shit.
I'm guessing it wasn't him.
No. Somebody just bought that item full price.
That's awesome.
You're welcome. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't.
Oh yeah, we had a good time that night.
It was dental floss. Somebody just bought the dental floss. That's why I thought it was an item. It popped up and showed it to me on my phone, on my watch. All you see is the picture. I'm like, fucking hell, I didn't realize it was. I'm like, it didn't say offer. I'm refreshing it.
Was it him?
No, it was somebody else.
Yeah, it happens all the time. eBay algorithm.
And I'm one of the few people that Mike. So I'm also one of the few people that still got it. Very hard to
Potential
find.
buyers see that somebody else made an offer?
I don't think so.
But that 2019 eBay Open, there is so many fun memories for that whole time. There is story after story after story. It was just amazing.
Didn't we swim with the sharks too that trip?
At
Golden Nugget.
Yeah, because Johnny was there. Wasn't Johnny there for the Sharks?
Yeah, didn't she get sick? She got sick from the heat.
I'm staying at the Golden Nugget in November. That's what
We had that big cabana. I got that cabana. Ordered the chicken, and I thought it was getting. Always getting a couple chicken tenders. They brought out that big freaking tray of chicken tenders.
That tiki bar thing that we went to with Jason T. Smith. Oh my goodness! I will never ever in my entire life forget that night. Was that the night? That's the night that we went. I went live on YouTube. That was the night.
Until your phone died.
Until my phone died.
That was the night you counted down. You had to pee. I gotta pee. I can only make it 5 more minutes.
I gotta pee. But we'd already had drinks. We already had drinks at before we left, and we got to that place, and the place was so dark, and I just saw people holding drinks, and I went up and I said, I guess give me one of those margaritas, And this guy was from Jamaica, and he goes, "We don't have margaritas at this place." What do you have? He gave me a big list, and you couldn't see it, and I'm like, "Well, what is everybody getting?" He pointed to this one. I said, "Give me that." The zombie. Don't drink the zombie.
Don't mix weed and liquor either.
That was Scott's thing. What's up, Glenn?
Oh, we had some good times in Vegas.
Mm-hmm. That's why I keep going back.
Remember Ingrid walking around with the frickin' pistol in her
Who?
waistband? Ingrid
Oh my gosh.
with the pistol.
She picked me up one year and we went to a Harley Davidson place. And she had a gun on her side, open carry, and I'm like, this is wild.
Well, she's got one open. She's usually got two concealed. No, seriously.
Hey, Jennifer.
Let's see how that works.
She likes to carry heavy firepower.
We're not right. Yeah, we're not left either. All right. Anybody got anything else before I hit the button?
No. Christmas is coming.
John will be live. John will be live at 5 p.m. Central Friday. Check out the podcast. The PP, not flipping ain't easy. Check out PPP podcast. If you haven't watched the last one was really, really good. You can go read the comments. For Josh, he's a racist now. God forbid you want to sell a historical photo.
That's gonna be a tough one to beat, I think.
I'll do Friday. I should do Friday night 7.
Oh, now I know why my phone dinged. My Walmart order's ready.
Very nice. Having it delivered, John?
No.
I think Mr. Flippin' ain't easy. I think Lag's got a thing for you. He's checking out your pee-pee.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Steve, can we find you anywhere?